there's no better hero to love than a superpowered one, so it makes sense that every year sees more comic book blockbusters hit the screen, and bring even more incredible mistakes and errors along with them. Here are Screen Rant's 10 biggest mistakes in superhero movies. Guardians of the Galaxy. The tears started flowing when Star-Lord read his mother's last goodbye, but when filming the scene, Chris Pratt actually got to hear a recording of the lines, recorded that day. The prop was already made, which means the goodbye note and the voiceover don't match up.
I know these last few months have been hard for you, and I will be okay.
A big mistake any speed-reading fan would catch. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. The directors wasted no time in showing how effective Cap had become in the modern era, taking down a ship full of enemies almost single-handedly. Even if he's able to jump from an airplane into the ocean without injury, the fact that he emerges completely dry is going a bit too far. Considering how grounded the rest of the movie was, it's a ridiculous oversight.
I'll keep it in mind.
Once the movie's villain reveals himself, things spin out of control fast. Things go from bad to worse when Cap gets tossed into a city bus, which flips over when it's struck by another vehicle. But when you take a closer look at the massive crash and the lack of actual damage, it's actually the movie's funniest moment. The bus is sent flipping, but barely gets dented. Man of Steel. Actor Henry Cavill packed on a ton of muscle for the role, but it's Superman's superhuman strength that makes him impossible to beat. Or, when he's dealing with a group of rowdy bar patrons, impossible to even move. It's one of the film's most understated gags, but it causes a problem. When Clark was almost killed aboard a fishing vessel earlier in the movie, one of his shipmates can push him out of the way like any other human.
Watch it, dumbass! Keep your eyes open!
The Dark Knight Rises. When you're making a movie about Batman's last fight, who has time to worry about traffic lights cooperating with filming? Fans could probably buy Catwoman speeding through a red light in Bruce Wayne's stolen Lamborghini.
Your wife said you were taking a cab home.
My wife?
But the rest of the traffic pretending it's green makes a production oversight a lot more likely. The GCPD becomes the real heroes of the movie when they square off against Bane's army in downtown Gotham. It's a memorable moment, made even more unforgettable by the crew member coming out of a subway station before realizing he's just walked into the shot. Luckily, he's missing from the next one. Ant-Man. If you had a hard time grasping the science behind Marvel's Ant-Man, you're not alone. And you're not wrong either. The superhero is made possible by Pym particles, which allow a person or object to shrink, but keep the same amount of mass and energy by just shrinking the spaces between its atoms.
While increasing density and strength.
It makes enough sense, but when you consider Hank Pym has been walking around with a full-size tank in his pocket, and Darren Cross lifts a lamb with only 2 fingers, the science doesn't add up. Deadpool. It's a single matchstick from the villain Angel Dust that helps Wade Wilson escape his torture at the hands of the movie's villains. The match is used to ignite and detonate oxygen tanks, but oxygen itself isn't actually flammable. Seeing the match burn a bit brighter would have been scientifically accurate, but a lot less exciting. Iron Man. Since it launched Marvel's shared movie universe, the post-credits scene from the first Iron Man will probably be the most famous of all time.
I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
Which means the hilarious mistake in it isn't going anywhere either. Look closely. It isn't just Nick Fury waiting to surprise Tony Stark at the end of the movie, but the crew member clearly reflected in the picture frames on the wall. Once you see it, you'll wonder how you ever missed it. The Avengers: Age of Ultron. When the Avengers are rescuing innocent civilians from Ultron, Thor and Cap team up to violently throw one woman to safety. But Cap's powers are even better than fans realized, since he grabs the woman with both arms and still manages to keep them hanging on the entire time. He's been holding out on us. Those are some of the most amazing mistakes and goofs in our favorite superhero movies. But which ones did we miss? Let us know in the comments, and remember to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.